It's a secret government that worship an owl. They practice witchcraft to harness their power. Pedophiles rape little kids for energy. It's satanic ritual. WTC, RIP. They lit the Pentagon on fire. That's lighting the pentagram on fire.
One thing I always wanted to know, man, is what woke you up to the New World Order, these globalist elites and eugenicists?
The main thing that woke me up to it was a writer named Dr. York, a spiritual teacher from Brooklyn. He had a whole community over in Bushwick, on Bushwick Avenue, called the Answer Allah community. They were like real heavy into like just studying the origins of religions, of cultures, politics, the origins of everything. And that's how you really get to the bottom of things, when you study the origins of it. So that's what I learned reading his books, and it all came from him.
Ron Paul just came out in a new CNN poll that he has the best chance to beat Barack Obama. How do you feel about that in the upcoming 2012 elections?
Shit, I love Ron Paul, man. I love what he represents. I read his books while I was locked up, and the Fed and all that. Yeah, man, I would like to see that happen, because I would like to see him shake things up a little bit. You know what I mean? I like that type of shit, where, shake these people up a little something. We need that out here.
He's talking about ending the Federal Reserve, getting rid of the private bankers, and it's some pretty cool stuff that he's talking about. And he has a chance to win.
But let's be clear, that's not happening. Yeah. They're not gonna let him win. You know what I mean? I wish him the most success. I hope he does win. You know what I'm saying? To tell you the truth, but they're not gonna let that man win. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just whatever they got planned and all this shit that they got planned for us. That's how it's going down. Only God gonna stop this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What do you think about the propaganda with Osama bin Laden being captured and murdered?
Oh man, I've been working so hard since I've been home. I really haven't been paying too much attention to it, but I can tell you from my years of studying that I don't believe nothing that they say. Like, he probably alive chilling, you know what I mean?
They don't believe their own story. They kept changing it. They said he was fighting back and shooting back and had a wife as his god, and then they changed the whole story up, said he was harmless.
I mean, if you ask me, and my best opinion would be to say that he's alive still. That's a bunch of bullshit.
He's a CIA operative as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead. Yeah.
What do you think about 9/11 Truth and all the people who have been fighting for a new investigation? Do you think this is going to stop them?
What's going to stop them for the investigation? Because
bin Laden came out. Yeah.
No, I don't think that shouldn't stop people from trying to find out the truth about something. They should still try to find out the truth about, is he really dead or not? All that. I had a family member that died in that building that day, and my cousin, died in there. And to me, it's just mass murder, like a ritualistic murder that happened that day. You know what I mean? They burnt, the pentagram while lighting the Pentagon on fire. You know what I mean? And they killed thousands of people all at one time. To me, that's a ritualistic murder. You know what I'm saying?
What's the biggest smoking gun you think out of 9/11 that shows that we need a new investigation? The
explosions. All the explosions that there was bombs in there. You could see them going off on each floor. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from watching Loose Change. Like, that was one of the illest documentaries I ever seen. And just the fact that that level of fire and heat and from the jet fuel can't melt steel. That can't melt that kind of steel. Like, you got actual building engineers and steel people telling you that can't happen.
Yeah, there's over 1,000 of them.
Yeah, like
engineers.
Like, that can't happen.
Yeah, can't.
You got fire department people that telling you that bombs was going off that day while they were in the building.
Yeah, many of them my friends who came out and said the government's lying to you. I don't know if you know William Rodriguez. He's a janitor that worked in there. Nah. He heard bombs going off in the building before the planes even hit the building.
Yeah, I mean, there was bombs going off. One of the fireman dudes that said he witnessed bombs going off or whatever, he was in the hospital. When he got released from the hospital, the motherfucker, I'm reading the paper, they said that he shot himself 8 times in the head or the chest or some crazy shit and committed suicide.
That don't make any sense.
Like, how do you shoot yourself 8 times anywhere. If it's your head or your chest, how do you shoot yourself 8 times and commit suicide?
Same thing with Gary Webb. He uncovered the drug smuggling into the United States with cocaine and Iran-Contras. But one thing, I don't like talking about a lot of negative stuff. One thing I deal with personally is solutions. What can we do to get out of this problem, get out of this control, this slave system, this slave ship that we're all on right now?
Yeah, I think the only thing that we could do is, you know, learn so we can know what's going, be aware of what's happening. That's number one. Be aware, because you don't want to walk around like a dumbass. You don't know what the fuck is going on in your own fucking backyard. You don't even know what the fuck is going on in your own life, in your house. So be aware of what the fuck is happening in this world. Number one. Number two, you know, share that with your family first. With your family, you know what I mean? You know, try to make sense out of it, you know, and help your children to raise them right, you know what I mean? By using that information that you learn to raise them correctly, you know, in a positive way and in a good way. And then the next step would be to, you know, if possible, you know, try to share the information with other people. But usually that's not possible. Like, other people really don't, that's a touchy issue right there, where you try to share information with other people and try to, you know, get them to learn. A lot of people are like, well, that's too much for me. I don't want to know all that. You know what I mean? Like, you bugging. You into that? Yeah, you into that science fiction shit. Like, that's what
the whole value system when you do that.
Exactly. So it's not for everybody. So you got, you know, try to share it with those that you think will be interested in that. But other than that, back off. You know what I mean? Don't spread that information too much with people, because they're gonna start looking at you like you crazy, and it's gonna turn into a big mess. Like, so. You know, that's what I would say. Start with yourself. Be aware. You know, pass that down to your family as much as possible, and the people that's around, your friends, as much as possible. And that's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah. My biggest thing is not be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, because God is going to come down and handle that. You know what I'm saying? God is here. He ain't going to come down, but God is here. And trust me, you know, evil never wins in the end. You know what I mean? God always wins in the end. So, you know, that's all we could do is, you know, pray for the best, you know, live a positive life, healthy life, and just, you know, do what you can do, you know, to make it through. But it's really up to God at the end of the day, because these motherfuckers are so powerful. There's nothing you can really do. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I told. I actually saw Henry Kissinger 2 weeks ago, and I told him, no matter what happens, you're gonna have to be judged by God, and your soul's gonna be hurting eternally if you don't repent and ask for forgiveness.
Because, you know, stockpiling guns, and what the fuck you gonna do? You know, they're gonna drop bombs on your fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? They got the Air Force. Like, how you gonna fight these people? You can't win that war.
You can't fight hatred over hatred.
Yeah, you can't. There's no winning that war. You know what I'm saying? So.
An eye for an eye makes the world blind.
Yeah, exactly.
I think one way we could get out of it is we move out of it. Yeah. We stop participating and stop reacting and start acting towards the right way. And that's why. That's
what comes with it comes along with being aware of things. You know what I mean? So you know, try to take yourself out of certain things that you learn that's you know, not good. You know what I mean? Don't participate in that, because now you're aware of that. You know what I'm saying? You know that's not where you belong. You're not gonna be fooled. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Anything else you'd like to share?
Yo, just shout out to Dr. York. You know what I mean? He doing 135 years right now. Hold your head, dogs. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be alright, dogs. Hold your head, man. All the people that's in the Wabian Nation, shout out to them. To the people that turn your back on the Wabian Nation, fuck you. Shout out to Alex Jones. Shout out to you know, everybody, man. Shout out to you, the people that make loose change, and everybody that's not scared of these motherfuckers out here that's willing to talk about it like this, because we not scared. Like, who gives a fuck? What you gonna do to me, son? Like, for real. Like, what you really gonna do to me? Well,
couldn't say it any better, man.
Real power is people. Real strength is in the street where everybody's equal.